Hey everyone, want to give a quick preface for this video. I am sorry for the fan in the background. I'm doing my gaming and video editing on the same room. It's a small room and it gets hot. I mean, you kind of probably noticed from videos by now, I'm not that great with editing. I'm still learning. Hopefully eventually I can learn something to be able to cancel that audio out, but right now I just don't know how to. This might come up in some other videos coming out, but right now I just can't fix it. Eventually I'll take time to look into it. Just right now I'm going with what's working for me. Let's get into the video. We are on the fusion reactor. The fusion reactor is the very end of Mekanism. Because when you get here, you are pretty much saying that you want to make as much power as you can without causing an explosion. You are going to be going back to a few things on this part of the mod to get this to happen. So, in this, we are going to go over a few things. We're going to be going over how to make the fuel for the reactor, the supplies needed to create the fusion reactor, the differences of cooling the reactor, and how to build it. Let's go over the fuel. Now, there are two ways that you can fuel this. You can fuel it as DT fuel or its separate components, deuterium and tritium. You will have to at least make DT fuel. I'll explain here in a sec. How you get deuterium, or deuterium, my bad, deuterium, is heavy water. How you get heavy water is through an electric pump set with a filter upgrade. This is the only thing you use a filter upgrade for. You put that into an electrolytic separator and you separate to get deuterium. You will also get oxygen, but unless you really need anything else for oxygen, you can throw the oxygen away. To get tritium, you need to go through the thermal evaporation towers. So turn water into brine into liquid lithium, pump the liquid lithium into a rotary condensator to get lithium, throw that through a solar neutral activator, and put both the deuterium and tritium to get into a chemical infuser to get DT fuel. Now, why do you want to go ahead and do this? Well, you also want to create a holarium, which is 4 gold dust, 10 carbon, and a metallurgic infuser, which will get a holarium. This is important. You need this to be able to activate your reactor. So you throw this in here, pull some of that DT fuel out, and then throw it into a reactor. I have 2 of these fusion reactors set up for 2 reasons. To show you guys how the reactors are cool. So that is the fuel. Let's actually see these in action before we go over the supplies, shall we? To activate it, you need the holarium, however you say it, and you need at least 2 gigajoules of energy through a laser amplifier. You can do it through, actually I do it through a laser amplifier. I have it set to redstone. I deactivate it, or I activate to go through, and we are now producing energy. Let's look on the inside. How this actually works inside wise is it's actually combining the fuels together to make the DT fuel. And it has an ejection rate of 2. If you go below 2, it deactivates. So do not have to go below 2 unless you're turning it off. Because then you'll have to wait a whole bit again to this for this front laser amplifier to get that 2 gigajoules. But if you're making enough fuel, you can actually push this all the way up to 98, which is the max. And then you're going to be getting the max amount of energy that you can get out of the reactor. But this is a air-cooled reactor. You can also cool with water. Should be pushing water, but it's not. There it is. And there it is. Now it's pulling in water to turn it to steam. And you're also now going to have more power coming through. Do you need to do water into it? No. You really don't. If you're trying to push more power out of this, then yeah, go through water cooling into a turbine. Because then you'll get that. You're not only are you getting the power created from this, but you're also getting the power created from this. But yeah, that is the entirety of how the fusion reactor works. It does not blow up on you. So you can literally just walk away from this completely and not even worry about it anymore. That's how awesome the fusion reactor is. Now, can it pump more power than a fission reactor? No. I mean, this is only one of these. I'm pretty sure you can technically connect. I don't know how many of these you could connect up to just one massive turbine for power. But you guys saw how much we were pumping with just the max of both of those. This is as big as you can make it. You can't go any bigger than this. I wish you could, but you just can't. So, let's look at the blocks of this, and we'll go over the supplies. So, as I mentioned, you're gonna need lasers. Technically, you could do 4 lasers, but it would take a bit. If you set it up to where I have it here, which is 5 of the laser amplifiers, a whole bunch of lasers, you'll get that power up. Okay. But to make a laser amplifier, 7 steel, 1 basic energy cube, and 1 diamond. To make a laser, we've seen this before, but we'll go over it one more time. 3 refined alloy, 1 steel casing, 2 energy tablets, and a diamond. Then you're going to need some fission reactor frames. You will need more polonium for this, so hopefully you've been making enough to also do this. You did just cut off after making the Mekanism, the mecha suit. But 4 polonium pellets, 4 atomic alloys, and either 1 advanced machine frame for 8 reactor frames, or 1 supreme machine frame for 4 reactor frames. Okay. Then to make a reactor port, you need 4 of those casings, 1 ultimate controller circuit, and for the controller you need 5 of them, 1 basic chemical tank, a glass pane, and 2 ultimate controllers. Last but not least, of the actual important needed, you need 1 laser focus matrix, which is 4 reactor glass and 1 redstone block. Now I do have the logic adapter here. This is not really needed because, again, unless, like, if this was to have the properties to blow up, I would say have them, but they are not really needed. The best it can be used for is, let's say you decide to do 4 of these. I do it the way I'm doing it now. You can literally have it set to let you know, like, hey, this is ready to go up, ready to activate. Let's activate it. But they are not needed. Okay. Let's go over how much you're going to need of this. You will need 75 reactor frames, 3 reactor ports, 1 reactor controller, 8 or more reactor glass, depending on how you do this, and 1 laser focus matrix. So let's build this real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Then so start with a 3x3, and then turn that 3x3 into a star. Now, here you can technically glass, 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 glass. Corners of the 3x3 and turn it into a star. And then you can practically do that all the way around. This side, we're going to do this. Put the 2 reactor ports for the fuel on the side. I tried putting them in the corner, it just does not let it happen. This one, all glass with a laser focus matrix. Then do this. That so we can pull the power out. And then right in the middle on the top, control. Okay, so here is how you build the fusion reactor, and you have, I wonder, do you have to put that in the middle? Yes, okay. Yeah, and there you go. I know this was a little bit shorter due to the fact that it wasn't as much to do. I mean, we've gone over how to build the turbine. We've gone over how to make the induction matrix. We've gone over how to build the evaporation towers. You're just going over the minor stuff. So, this is technically the end. This is not required to do in the path, but it is a good way of making that little bit of extra power in the meantime. Because more than likely, unless you really want to, you don't really need to be running the fission reactor anymore. At this point, you're running the fission reactor to get more antimatter, and once you've got your 1 card, if you're solo, you're probably going to be turning that off and not really using this either. But I hope you guys did enjoy this little part of going through all these tutorials. We will be going over one of the next 2 paths. I guess I'll see you guys when we get to those paths. Hope you enjoyed. Let's keep moving towards that world card.